Hello everyone, my name is Kevin and today we're going to talk about 6 of the most dangerous elements. As you can see, last video we talked about the most radioactive elements. Now the most dangerous ones. Well, the dangerous ones can be poisonous. For example, like if it gets into the body, then it shuts the body down. Or it could be radioactive, which means sometimes it shoots out ER, or sometimes it even shoots out alpha and beta decay. Well, the most reactive one is when it shoots out a gamma ray, which is the most radioactive. And today we're going to talk about all of those I just said. 6 of the most ones. First, thallium. Thallium is really close to potassium, an element that supports muscles and kind of like information transportation across the brain. For example, like that. But there's one problem. Once a tiny bit of thallium is taken into the body, it replaces potassium and slowly shuts the body down. Oh my goodness. Well, it is actually used for rat poisoning back then in Sydney. That's because Sydney there's a lot of rats there. So they used a type of poisoning called thal rat. But now, because there are many cases of seeing people dying too, they have banned the thal rat. Next, lead. This is also really poisonous, but not yet radioactive. First, in the body, it replaces some of the body's important metals, for example, like calcium, which helps the bone and information transportation. Well, because of that, it disturbs communication in the brain. Well, how about in the bloodstream? Sounds like it's a safe place for lead to go through, right? Nuh-uh, not that place. It's even more dangerous, as while lead is traveling through the bloodstream, it releases a number of toxic molecules known as reactive oxygen species, which is ROS, and can stress and kill cells. Well, you know red blood cells in the blood that makes it red? They're mostly harmed through it, and you might also get a shock if too many are stressed or killed. Next, mercury. Well, no. I'm not talking about the planet, okay? Not the planet. I'm saying this is a toxic element. Well, it is famous in the 1950s due to its widespread use in felt hat production, which uses mercury nitrate, which is really poisoning, but people don't know about it back then. Mercury bonds with proteins to twist them into many different shapes, making them useless and creating the nervous systems. After creating the nervous system some useless proteins, then they will throw it away. And when they throw it away, they'll have nothing. Due to this, the feelings are occurred in the symptoms too. For example, now for a hat maker, for example, or a hatter. After making a hat, when a visitor comes in, they might feel stressed or kind of like more of crazy. So what's that? Due to mercury, it causes a type of sickness called the Mad Hatter disease. Yeah, that's why I say that the hatter is crazy, because they're mad, okay? Next, cesium. Cesium burns when in contact with the air and explodes in water. Okay, so for example, now you have some cesium in this test tube, for example, okay? You open it, your hand burns. You drop it into the water and it explodes. There's no way so it could get outside without exploding or firing out. Next, polonium. This is one of the longest parts in this video. Well, polonium is a radioactive element that emits a type of radiation called alpha decay. Alpha particles consist of 2 protons and 2 neutrons. Well, although there is electromagnetic radiation or ER and beta particles, alpha particles are still really dangerous, although they're the least. When it reaches our body, it easily kills cells by bombarding them. You know what I mean? Like if America drops a nuclear bomb down here, for example. So, it is when emitting alpha particles, 1 ounce of polonium can kill more than 50 million people. Oh my goodness. Especially, polonium has a really long half-life. And that is really dangerous, especially if people are in contact with them for a long time, okay? It is discovered by Marie Curie, and tragically, her daughter, Irene Joliot Curie, was a victim of this element after she has been exposed during an experiment. Well, just like in the last video about the radioactive elements and substances, I also have told you that this have also killed this polonium poisoning also killed a man in Russia named Alexander Litvinenko. To see more about that, you could see in our last video the most radioactive elements in the periodic table. Next, finally, francium. This is the most reactive element in the alkali metals. Well, the alkali metals, well, do you know them? It's a bit related to cesium. Cesium is an alkali, okay? Well, francium has a more of an outer shell of valence electrons, which means it has a larger atomic mass. Also, it needs to give away an electron from its valence shell. Well, because it has too many layers, it is really difficult, resulting in a huge explosion. Well, it is just due to its position in the periodic table. Scientists haven't been sure about that yet. Well, because it has a half-life of roughly only 22 minutes, it could appear anywhere and anytime in the world. So that's all the 6 elements that I've talked through today. Well, what do you think about borax, cesium exploding in water, burning in the air? Well, if you like this video, please like and subscribe for us and hit the bell. If you want to see our latest videos, don't forget to visit our channel as well. See you next time!